Ever wondered what the most beautiful city in the United States is? The United States is one of the most diverse countries in the world. It has cities surrounded by mountains, cities beside oceans, cities filled with history, cities known for music, and cities famous for modern skylines. From San Francisco and Seattle to Chicago, Charleston, Honolulu, Miami, Boston, and New Orleans, America has many cities that could be called beautiful. But there is one city that stands apart, a city that is known across the world, a city of dreams, lights, energy, culture, history, and unforgettable views. That city is New York City. New York City is not just a city, it is a symbol. For many people, it represents ambition, freedom, creativity, opportunity, and the idea that anything is possible. Known as the city that never sleeps, New York is a place where life moves fast, the streets are always active, and every corner has a story. The first thing many people imagine when they think of New York is the skyline. The skyline of Manhattan is one of the most famous views in the world. Tall buildings rise into the sky, creating a powerful image of modern life. From far away, the city looks like a forest made of glass, steel, and lights. One of the most famous buildings in New York is the Empire State Building. For decades, it has been one of the city's greatest icons. Its Art Deco design and tall structure make it a symbol of New York's confidence and history. Another important part of the skyline is One World Trade Center. Standing in Lower Manhattan, it represents strength, memory, and resilience. It is not only a beautiful building, but also an emotional part of the city's story. At night, New York becomes even more magical. The lights from thousands of windows shine across Manhattan. Yellow taxis move through the streets. People walk quickly under glowing signs. The city feels alive in every direction, and nowhere shows this energy better than Times Square. Times Square is one of the most famous places in New York. With its huge digital screens, bright lights, theaters, shops, and crowds, it feels like the heart of the city's excitement. Some people may say Times Square is too busy, too loud, or too crowded. But for many visitors, seeing Times Square for the first time is unforgettable. It is the kind of place that makes you feel the power and energy of New York instantly. But New York is not only about tall buildings and bright lights. One of the most beautiful places in the city is Central Park. Central Park is like a peaceful green island in the middle of Manhattan. Surrounded by skyscrapers, it gives people a place to relax, walk, run, sit, read, and enjoy nature. Inside the park, you can find lakes, bridges, gardens, open fields, walking paths, statues, trees, and quiet corners. In spring, the park becomes fresh and colorful. In summer, people gather on the grass, ride bikes, and enjoy the sunshine. In autumn, the trees turn orange, red, and gold. In winter, snow can cover the park and make it look like a scene from a movie. Central Park shows a softer side of New York. It reminds us that beauty in a city is not only about architecture, it is also about balance. The balance between movement and stillness, noise and peace, buildings and nature. Another unforgettable symbol of New York is the Statue of Liberty. Standing in New York Harbor, the Statue of Liberty is one of the most powerful landmarks in the United States. For many people around the world, it represents freedom, hope, and new beginnings. For millions of immigrants who arrived in America in the past, the statue was one of the first things they saw. It became a sign that they had reached a new land and a new life. Today, visitors from all over the world come to see it, take photos, and understand its meaning. Near the Statue of Liberty is Ellis Island, another important place in American history. It tells the story of immigrants who helped shape the country and the city. This is one of the reasons New York is so special. Its beauty is not only visual, it is emotional. The city carries stories of people from many countries, cultures, and backgrounds. New York is one of the most diverse cities in the world. People from almost every part of the planet live here. This diversity gives the city its character, its food, its music, its languages, and its energy. In one day, you can walk through Chinatown, visit Little Italy, explore Harlem, cross into Brooklyn, eat food from different countries, and hear different languages on the street. Each neighborhood has its own personality. Manhattan feels powerful and fast. Brooklyn feels creative and stylish. Queens is one of the most diverse places in the city. The Bronx has deep cultural and musical history. Staten Island offers quieter neighborhoods and views of the harbor. Together, these 5 boroughs make New York City much more than just Manhattan. One of the most beautiful walks in the city is across the Brooklyn Bridge. The Brooklyn Bridge connects Manhattan and Brooklyn and is one of the most famous bridges in the world. Walking across it gives you amazing views of the skyline, the East River, and the city around you. At sunrise or sunset, the bridge becomes especially beautiful. The light reflects on the buildings, the water moves below, and the city seems to glow. It is one of those moments where New York feels cinematic. Another place that shows New York's beauty is Grand Central Terminal. Grand Central is not just a train station, it is an architectural masterpiece. Its grand hall, high ceiling, elegant windows, and historic design make it one of the most beautiful public spaces in the city. Thousands of people pass through it every day. But even in the rush, there is something graceful about it. New York is full of places like this, places where everyday life and beauty exist together. The city is also famous for its museums and art. The Metropolitan Museum of Art, often called the Met, is one of the greatest museums in the world. It holds art and history from many cultures and time periods. The Museum of Modern Art, known as MoMA, celebrates creativity, design, and modern expression. There are also smaller galleries, street murals, public art, and creative spaces all over the city. This artistic energy is one of the reasons New York has inspired so many writers, musicians, filmmakers, painters, actors, designers, and dreamers. For people who love theater, New York has Broadway. Broadway is one of the most famous theater districts in the world. Every night, people gather to watch musicals, plays, and performances. The lights of Broadway add glamour and excitement to the city. Music is also everywhere in New York. You can hear jazz in small clubs, hip-hop in the streets, classical music in concert halls, and performers in subway stations. New York has helped shape many styles of music, and that creative spirit is still alive today. Food is another major part of the city's beauty. New York is famous for pizza, bagels, hot dogs, cheesecake, street food, fine dining, and dishes from cultures around the world. You can eat a simple slice of pizza on the street, enjoy a meal in a small family restaurant, or visit a world-class dining spot. The food tells the story of the city's diversity. Every community has brought its flavors, traditions, and recipes to New York. That is why eating in New York feels like traveling around the world without leaving the city. But the real beauty of New York is not only found in famous attractions, it is found in small moments. It is the sound of a subway train arriving at the station. It is the smell of coffee and fresh bagels in the morning. It is people sitting on benches in Central Park. It is a musician playing on a street corner. It is the reflection of city lights on wet pavement after rain. It is the view from a rooftop at night. It is a yellow taxi passing under tall buildings. It is the feeling of walking down a busy street and realizing you are part of something much bigger than yourself. New York can be loud, it can be crowded, it can be expensive, it can move faster than you expect. But that is also part of its character. The city is not perfect, but it is unforgettable. Some cities are beautiful because they are peaceful. Some are beautiful because they are old. Some are beautiful because they are surrounded by nature. New York is beautiful because it is alive. It is constantly changing, constantly moving, and constantly creating something new. Every visit can feel different. Every neighborhood can surprise you. Every street can show you another side of the city. That is why so many people dream of visiting New York at least once in their lifetime. Of course, the United States has many other beautiful cities. San Francisco has the Golden Gate Bridge, steep streets, colorful houses, and views of the bay. Chicago has amazing architecture, a beautiful lakefront, and a powerful skyline. Honolulu has beaches, mountains, tropical beauty, and island culture. Charleston has historic streets, pastel houses, and southern charm. Seattle has water, mountains, forests, and a modern creative atmosphere. New Orleans has music, color, history, and a culture unlike anywhere else in America. Each of these cities is beautiful in its own way. But New York City has a special place in the world's imagination. It is one of those cities that feels familiar even before you visit it, because you have seen it in movies, songs, photographs, and stories. And when you finally see it in real life, it feels even bigger, brighter, and more powerful than expected. From the Statue of Liberty to Central Park, from Times Square to the Brooklyn Bridge, from museums to food streets, from skyscrapers to quiet neighborhoods, New York City offers beauty in many forms. It is not just about one view or one landmark. It is about the full experience, the energy, the diversity, the history, the creativity, the lights, the people, the dreams. That is why New York City can be called the most beautiful city in the United States. But beauty is always personal. Some people may choose San Francisco. Some may choose Chicago, Honolulu, Seattle, Miami, Boston, or New Orleans. So now I want to ask you, which city do you think is the most beautiful in the United States? Would you choose New York City or another American city? Write your answer in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and join us in the next episode as we discover the most beautiful city in another country. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next video.